Hi everyone, Ted here. I thought I would explain something that I had posted on Instagram recently. Just making sure you can see everything. Yeah. Um, so it was just involving Swiss Army triplets. So I thought I would just talk briefly about the room and just talk about how using broken doubles and the like, we can orchestrate it in interesting ways around the drums. And I do mean the drums in this case. We're really concerning ourselves with just snare drum, small tom, floor tom, or whatever combination of drums you have. Obviously, you put it on the cymbals, but just for this particular thing I was doing, I wanted to keep it sort of a drum texture. Now, I'm going to do this with the brushes, mainly just so we can get a reasonable balance between me talking and the playing. But obviously, this, like any sort of idea that you're using, you can use brushes, you can use sticks, you can use mallets. It's all the same idea. So first, quickly about the Swiss Army triplet. All really it is a sticking of, in this case, playing it off the right hand of right, right, left. I'll say it first and then play it so you can hear me. So this right, right, left. Um, which of course, because it's 3 notes long, does make it very adaptable to triplets. It doesn't have to be played in that grid, and we'll talk about that later. But so this sticking works very well. 1, 2, 3, 4. Common one. So the only wrinkle in this is that in this particular rudiment, we're putting a flam at the beginning, a right hand flam, meaning your left hand is a grace note, flam, before the rest of the sticking. So we end up with this sound, flam, flam, punt, da, 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 that. So this sound. So it's sort of cool because you have a double and you also have the flam in the same rudiment. So when I started mucking around with this, what I did with the double, which is the first 2 rights of that rudiment, is I started playing it as a broken double between the floor tom and the snare drum. So again, if we take the flam out of this and just do the sticking as it were, and say maybe I put my my left hand, sorry, on the small tom, we end up with this. Which is a cool sound and a cool way of playing that particular sticking. What I ended up doing though is I started putting. I also started moving the left hand between the 2 notes. It plays the flam note right at the beginning, da, 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 and then the last stroke is the left. So if you took actually the right hand out of that rudiment, you would end up with a shuffle, really. So I started moving that, say, between the snare drum and the small tom. So you put that with that broken double and play that rudiment again. Here it is as is. And then move it around like that. You end up with this. Which is sort of a nice sound. It gets both the hands moving too, which of course is a cool coordination thing. So you can do that. You can also switch, keep the right hand still doing what it does, but switch where the left hand is playing its role in it, and start on the small tom and go to the snare drum. So in the first example, the shuffle in our left hand is going 1, 2, 3, 4. But what if we went 1, 2, 3, 4? Okay, so we mix that with the the right hand thing we're doing with a broken double, and we end up with this instead. Instead of, we've got, no, sorry. There we go. Right? And then of course you can go back and forth between them, which is a cool coordination issue. The between the 2 voicings of that idea. So you could go between like. Right? And then of course as you can with pizza, you can add your favorite toppings. But in the case of the drum set, you're adding your favorite bottomings, meaning you can add your feet, right? So if we still keep that as triplets, we could do probably the most obvious one, which would just be 4 in the bass drum and hi-hat on 2 and 4, and we can do those two ideas going back and forth. Right? But the other thing we can start to do, and this is a cool thing that you can do with any Swiss Army idea, or any triplet-based idea, is you can convert them to an 8th note grid instead of a triplet grid. So instead of this sound, 1, 2, 3, 4. At the same tempo, 1, 2, 3, 4. So the cool part, of course, because when you take any 3-beat idea and put it into a rhythmic subdivision not divisible by 3, is it goes over the bar line, because there are 8 notes in a bar for 4. 3 doesn't go into 8 evenly, so it goes over the bar line, which is a great sound. So we could even do the same thing and start taking our idea and playing it over the bar line. 1, 2, 3, 4. So there you go. I might do another video and just show you it going the other way with a left hand Swiss Army triplet, but it's the same idea. It's you're still playing the basic rudiment, and you want to always keep that sticking in mind, or brushing in this case, and you want to just keep that no matter where your hands are moving, right? You still want the flam sound. You notice when I'm doing these things, I'm not going. I'm not playing that as a double stop. I'm not playing the toms at the same time. I'm actually playing that flam sound, because that's a cool part of the thing that this rudiment gives you, is that thick, flammy sound, right? It's not supposed to be exactly at the same time. There's a slight delay between the two hands, right? So anyway, so thank you, and hope this helps you. It's really fun. It's a fun lick to play, and again, what you do with your feet, you can do all sorts of things with it, because they just do whatever they want to do. Is you just coordinate it with the top. So thank you so much, and have fun with it.